Welcome everyone to today's Explainer. If you're planning a trip to New York City, or honestly, even if you're just a massive fan of American history, there is one absolute undeniable icon you literally cannot miss. I'm talking, of course, about the Statue of Liberty. Today we're going to break down everything you need to know about this incredible monument. We'll start from her deep historical roots and go all the way to the exact practical steps you need to plan the absolute perfect visit.
Here's a quick look at the roadmap for our explainer today. We'll dive into the history of this symbol of freedom, figure out the best times to visit, and navigate the different ticket levels. Then, we'll talk about actually getting to the island, some amazing nearby attractions, and wrap it all up with some expertly curated USA tour packages. All right, Section 1, the symbol of freedom. Let's uncover the history of Lady Liberty and her deep connection to the narrative of America. To truly appreciate this monument, we have to travel all the way back to the year 1886. The statue was famously gifted by France to the United States to honor the centennial of American independence. And get this, it wasn't just some simple gift wrapped in a bow. She actually arrived across the ocean packed in massive wooden crates, ready to be assembled piece by piece. It was literally like a colossal, 150-foot puzzle. It was a staggering logistical achievement meant to celebrate the enduring friendship between the two nations and, of course, to stand as a massive beacon of hope. The visionary behind all this was French sculptor Frédéric-Auguste Bartholdi. But he didn't do it alone. He was actually assisted by the brilliant engineer Gustave Eiffel. And yes, for sure, that is the very same Eiffel who later built the famous tower in Paris. But beyond the pure engineering marvel of her iron framework and copper skin, her true significance is what she actually represents. Lady Liberty served as this incredibly welcoming, monumental site for millions of immigrants arriving in the New World. She was the ultimate symbol of freedom, democracy, and endless hope. Now, you might be wondering who the Statue of Liberty actually is. Is she a specific historical person? Well, she actually isn't. The design was directly inspired by Libertas, the Roman goddess of freedom. So it's essentially a classical nod to an enduring human ideal built right into the New York harbor. Pretty cool, right? Moving right along to Section 2, best time to visit. Let's talk about planning around the seasons so you get the absolute best experience possible. So, if you want to optimize your trip, timing is absolutely everything. Spring, which runs April to June, and autumn, from September to November, are really your sweet spots. During these months, you get incredibly pleasant weather or those crisp, clear views. And the crowds, well, they're much more manageable at a medium capacity. Summer, on the other hand, is going to be warm and very, very busy with huge crowds. Winter offers a nice, quiet, low-crowd experience. But fair warning, you'll definitely have to brave the bitter cold out there on the water. But listen, regardless of the season you choose, here's a highly practical tip that will save your sanity. Arrive early in the day, or try your hardest to aim for a weekday. The queues for the ferries and security can become exhaustingly long as the day drags on. And let's be real, nobody wants to spend their hard-earned vacations standing in a line. Beating the rush is the absolute best way to keep your trip relaxed and actually enjoyable. Section 3. Tickets and access levels. Let's figure out the different ways you can experience the monument from the inside out. You've basically got 3 distinct access levels to choose from here. First up is the reserve ticket, which gives you access to the Liberty Island grounds and the fantastic museum full of historical artifacts. Stepping up a tier, the pedestal ticket allows you to delve right into the statue's foundation, offering wonderful panoramic views of the city skyline. And finally, the ultimate top-tier experience is the crown ticket. This actually allows you to physically climb up inside the crown for a spectacular bird's-eye view of New York Harbor. Now, here's a crucial point I really need to emphasize. Crown tickets are incredibly limited. Because you're literally climbing up into the narrow interior of the statue, capacity has to be tightly controlled. If you want that ultimate vantage point, you absolutely must book months in advance. No joke, especially if you're traveling during those peak summer seasons we talked about earlier. Okay, Section 4, Getting to Liberty Island. Let's shift our focus to the actual journey over the water. Reaching the island is a fun 3-step adventure. Step 1, pre-book those tickets. Step 2, be fully prepared to clear mandatory airport-style security. And a quick heads up on that, only carry your absolute essentials, because large bags will absolutely not be allowed through. Keep it light. Finally, step 3, you'll board the official Statue of Liberty ferry. You can depart from either Battery Park over in Manhattan or Liberty State Park in New Jersey. The ferry ride itself is spectacular, really building up that anticipation as you approach the monument. When you're budgeting your time for the day, you've got a choice to make. If you're only visiting the Statue of Liberty grounds, plan for a solid 2 to 3 hour trip. However, most ferry tickets conveniently include access to the Ellis Island Immigration Museum as well. If you choose to explore both, which, by the way, is highly recommended for the full historical experience, you really should block out 3 to 5 hours for the whole journey. Section 5, Exploring Nearby Attractions. So, what is there to do once you've seen the statue? Your day definitely doesn't have to end once you step off that ferry. The surrounding areas offer some amazing outdoor activities. You can go jogging or fishing at Liberty State Park, or, for a really unique perspective, how about kayaking right in the Hudson River? Yeah, you can do that. There's also the Battery Urban Farm to check out, beautiful scenic walks along the Battery Park City Esplanade. And if you want an unforgettable thrill, you can even take a helicopter tour to see the statue and the skyline from way up high above the harbor. Plus, it's super easy to combine your statue visit with other iconic New York City attractions to create a flawless, full-day sightseeing itinerary. Things like the 9/11 Memorial and Museum, the breathtaking One World Observatory, a scenic walk across the iconic Brooklyn Bridge, or a relaxing Hudson River cruise are all incredibly accessible right before or after your ferry ride. Finally, Section 6, USA Tour Packages. Let's look at how Flamingo Travels can seamlessly guide your American adventure. For those of you looking for a fully structured, expertly guided experience, especially if you're an Indian tourist wanting a completely seamless trip, Flamingo Travels offers some fantastic, diverse packages. You might look into the American Dreams Orlando Group Tour, which crucially includes internal flights. Or, if you prefer a different pace, check out the American Explorer West Group Tour, the Pacific Coastal Beauty Self-Drive Tour, or even the USA West Coast with Mammoth Lakes Private Van Tour. The options and base pricing are laid out really clearly, making it super easy to find the exact travel style that fits your vibe.